Welcome, everyone, to this special live broadcast of today's Autistic Moment, a podcast for autistic adults by an autistic adult. My name is Philip King-Lowe. I am the owner, producer, and host, and I am an autistic adult. Let's start by answering a question that I'm sure many have. What is queermunity? The following is taken from the Queermunity website. Queermunity was founded in 2022 by Hillary Audie and Caleb Barth with a shared vision to create an inclusive, community-driven space for LGBTQ plus and BIPOC individuals. In 2023, with support from the Finovation Institute, they developed a comprehensive business plan to bring this vision to life. Embracing their identity as queer and Black-owned business, Hillary and Kayla prioritized flexibility, allowing them to operate as a social enterprise outside the constraints of nonprofit models. Revenue from the cafe, Revenue from the cafe, space rentals, ticket events, and memberships is reinvested to provide free weekly and monthly programming such as gay AA, book clubs, resume support, discussion groups, arts, and more. Guided by an entrepreneurial leadership staff and a diverse advisory committee, both comprised of experts in the field of creative arts, marketing, community organizing, activism, and care work. Queermunity is a space that fosters connection, collaboration, and growth for all who engage with it. There is one more thing about queermunity and why this live broadcast is taking place. The owners and staff at Queermunity are ADHD. Queermunity is a one-of-a-kind place where neurodivergent queer people can come and be themselves in a space where there are no barriers. LGBTQIA plus Pride Month is an important part of the year. During June, we remember the courage of the people in 1969 at the Stonewall Inn in New York City who rioted against the brutality that happened when the police raided the bar. It was a turning point that began the movement of LGBTQIA plus people to work towards equality and justice. Since then, many LGBTQIA plus people have contributed to work for the civil rights in terms of jobs, housing, public assistance, the right to marry the person they love, the right to adopt children, and be elected to public office. Many leaders, like the late Harvey Milk, who was the first openly gay man elected to the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, paid for their successful activism with their lives. Yet the death of Harvey Milk sparked more movements with people fully engaged in the work of equality and equity for queer people. As autistic people have also been working towards equality and equity, one of the inescapable realities is how much the autistic community overlaps with the LGBTQIA plus communities. According to a Wikipedia article, current research indicates that autistic people have higher rates of LGBTQ identities and feelings than the general population. Quiet Riot is a sensory-friendly celebration centering on joy, community, and visibility in a calm, welcoming environment designed for neurodivergent, disabled, and sensory-sensitive queer folks, as well as anyone seeking a gentler celebration. Quiet Riot honors the loudness of queer identity through quiet, intentional spaces. This is not a toned down pride, it's a reframed one. Their goal is to elevate queer voices and identities in ways that respect variety, sensory needs, and emotional capacities and energy levels. Among the things that you're going to hear today on today's Autistic Moments live broadcast is Hillary Odie is going to join me in a few moments to introduce this exciting event and also take you on tour of queer community and what's happening here at Quiet Riot. And then in a few moments, you're going to be shown all the many different things that are going on here. And you'll have the opportunity to see some of the events that are happening. So in just a few moments, Hillary's here and she's going to join us to tell us about Quiet Riot.
Good morning.
Good morning, Hillary. How are you? Great. Actually, your mic is off. So take.
Does this work now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Hillary.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here at Quiet Riot.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So Hillary is going to take you all on a tour of this amazing facility and also going to show you what they're doing here at Quiet Riot today. So Hillary, lead the way.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Really excited to have you here doing the podcast. We also have a lot of other things going on here. We're here at 3036 Hennepin Ave, which is Queermunity. And we have a lot of things that I'm going to show you about. And also my kids here. just showed up. So they're going to come along with the tour with us because everything here is age friendly. So all ages are welcome. We do have an coffee and conversation right now happening with folks who are 55 and older. So we have something for older adults, for kids, for all ages. But right now, the first thing I'm coming up to is the Crafty Queers crafting option. And let me do a little turn with my, I'm just gonna go over my shoulder so you can see
Can you
all of
just
the
turn your volume
crafting.
up just a little bit so we can hear you?
Can you say that one more time?
Just turn up your volume just a little bit.
You want me to speak a lot more loudly?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, I can try that. I'm just trying not to disrupt the
Yeah.
Reiki that's also happening here. So you can see over my shoulder, we have Reiki practitioners from Odigo Wellness here. We have 3 Reiki practitioners. I just had a session myself, so I am nice and relaxed. The crafting is happening at the same time. We also have our cafe open. So there's lots of folks at the cafe. Um, Having a snack, having lunch. The cafe is open 11 to 7. We also have folks hanging out here in the lounge. And like I said, our older adult coffee is happening right now. We're also having a crystal class. So Amy from Mystic Healing Crystals is here doing a crystals for anxiety class. So that's all the things happening now. We also have a lot of things happening later today. I'm going to grab the um, workshop list and let you know some of the other things. And I'll bring you a list too in there, Philip, so you can talk about them too. But this morning we had a sound bath and yoga. If folks want to come by and get free body work, that's happening till 12:30. The Crafty Queers workshop is happening till 12:30. Um, let's see, what else is happening today? Oh, Voices of Lived Experience with Ocean Sea Poet starts at noon. So that's coming up soon. A restorative movement class. We have tarot card readings all afternoon, along with a resource fair. So from 1 to 5, we're going to have about 20 of our community partners set up doing tabling, sharing resources, and some local makers as well doing sales. We also have a Queering the Mind, Neurodivergent in the Queer Community with Brave Mental Health workshop. Mangata is going to come and do body work from 1 to 5. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, identity affirming photo shoot with Evie LaPalme. So anything you want to do that is affirming and positive for you, you are welcome to come and do that as a photo shoot with Evie this afternoon in the yellow room as well. Then we're going to mix it up with a little bit more activity starting at 5 o'clock with a Howdy Partner dance class. And that is line dancing or partner dancing, whatever folks prefer. And along with a perler bead crafting. And then at 6 o'clock, we're going to have a cabaret show called Sequins and Stems. So that's going to be a fun, lower sensory, but still very energetic cabaret show starting at 6 o'clock tonight, followed by a silent disco where everyone can listen to their own music and have a good time with their own music but dance together. So that's kind of the lineup for the day. So there's a lot of things going on, but it's a nice, relaxed environment. We also have our stand-up art back gallery show going today. That's been going to be up all for the rest of the month. It is art that was created in response to Metro Surge and since Metro Surge. And so I can give you a little preview of some of that art.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, that's fascinating.
We also have posters here as part of our silent auction raffle made by Mr. Johnson. They're the portraits of Renee Good and Alex Pretty.
Yeah.
So folks can come see the originals and also pick up a print if you're interested in that. So that'll be up today and also through the rest of the month, along with a raffle that we have set up here with a lot of gifts that community members have given to help raise some funds for the resource program here at Community.
Yeah. Can you show us like where the quiet room is and the gaming area? Because when I was here, I just thought that stuff was so incredible.
Sure,
So can
yeah.
you show us a little bit of that?
Yeah. Well, today we have the conference room set aside as the quiet space. So in here, folks can come in if they need a little break. We have coloring items, lots of colored pencils. We have earplugs and fidgets and puzzles set up in here. Anyone
Yeah.
can come in and use the space today that we've set aside for the quiet space. Day to day, folks can also use any of the other areas that we have set up for crafts and gaming. I'll take you back to the library. Like I said, the crystal class is happening in the library right now, the
Yeah.
library area. So there's a lot of things happening all at once.
Yeah.
But this is the library area, and day to day, folks can just come in here. We also have our crafting space. This is the crafting space with crafting supplies. Folks can come in and play a game here. We
Yeah.
also always have a community puzzle going on. And so
Yeah.
folks can come in here. Happens to be right next to the restrooms, which are right here.
Yep. Gender
We have
neutral
gender neutral
restroom.
restrooms.
Yeah.
Um, and so folks can come down here for the restroom. And then at the end of this bank of restrooms, we have our resource closet, which is right here. So folks can come in, check out the resources we have, health and wellness, safer sex, and hygiene products. And then if folks need something that's not there, we do have some supplies behind the counter as well they can ask. This is also a great spot to look at the community board to see what's happening at community for the next couple weeks, and also hear what's just going on in the community where people post up their posters, their flyers, their cards for other offerings in the community.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now we have that other space that's being used for comforting or energy things. Forgive me, everybody. Where the massages are going on right now.
Mhm.
Yeah. So let me see. Tell us about you have office space for rent here.
Oh yeah, thanks
And
for asking.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, thanks for asking. We do have a couple offices available. We have one office available now, one coming up available in July, and one coming up available in August. So we have 5 community partners that office here. The office that's available now goes for $500 a month, and then the one that's coming up uh, in August goes for $1,200. So the range is 500 to 1,200, with the range of square footage being 135 square feet up to 250 square feet for the largest one. But it's a great way to be in a community space, have a private office while also being able to be around people with shared values on a day-to-day
Yeah.
basis. And so office tenants get access to the conference room for their meetings and also heavily discounted additional space use and discounts at
Yeah.
the cafe and other benefits and discounts. So
Yeah.
we love our neighbors here in the space who are community
Yeah.
partners that want to rent office space
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And it helps
This
keep the
whole
space going.
keep going. Yeah. Yeah. This quiet riot is such a great idea. Can you talk a little bit about how you all came up with this idea?
Yeah, sure. Well, last year was our first Quiet Riot, and last year was the first Pride that we were open. So this is our second annual Quiet Riot. It's our second Pride season that we've been open. Um, it kind of started with all of the team members getting together and saying like, how do we want to celebrate Pride? And most all of our community, our team members being neurodivergent, everyone kind of was like, well, we like this aspect, we like that aspect. But I think most of us agreed we all tended to feel a little bit overstimulated at some traditional Pride events and celebrations. So we thought, well, that is what's missing. And that's one of the things we always do try to think about here at Community is what is missing in the community? What can we fill in the gaps for? We certainly don't want to recreate the wheel or compete with anybody who's doing amazing work already, but maybe fill in the gaps for the community of offerings that aren't being provided or created elsewhere, so that everybody in the community can celebrate and be celebrated in a way that feels right for them.
Yeah, and the one thing that I really like is that all of these things were developed with the neurodivergent community in mind. And so you and your staff are part of the neurodivergent community. So you have your own personal experience of what it's like to be in a place with loud music and lots of crowded people and that sort of thing. And I've had my experience too, where it's just so overwhelming. It's just, I mean, you can't get away from the loud music. Even with my headphones on, I would be in the park and I could still hear the subwoofers that were just going around in my head. And, we certainly don't want to underrate those things, but to say for some of us, those sounds are just much too loud and they're overwhelming, and it becomes very difficult to enjoy the Pride celebration. This is our way of saying that we're celebrating Pride. And I do really love one of the phrases you have in here, because it's one of those things that I really call to mind about find it here, everybody. I know. I love how you said, this is not a toned down Pride, it's a reframed one. And that the goal is to elevate queer voices and identities in ways that respect varied sensory needs, emotional capacities, and energy level. I think that is just such a great reflection on what Quiet Riot is. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
What do you mean by saying it's not quieted? It's not, let's see. It's not a toned down one, but it's a reframed one.
Yeah.
That's a great phrase.
Yeah, I think that what we meant by that was it's not toned down, as in we're not holding back from expressing our queerness, our transness, our neurodivergence, our whatever part of our identity is that make us unique and special. We're not going to hold back on expressing those pieces, even if it's a different sensory experience than other prides. We're all still here. We're still queer. We're celebrating, all of the differences that make our community really beautiful, and celebrating all of also our different contributions. So that's one thing I do want to shout out is all of the staff who work to make this special, but also and most especially all of the partners in this work today. So all of the workshop facilitators, all of the session facilitators, what you're doing today, Philip, all of the folks who are going to come and table today, that just really highlights to me the diversity in our community, which is what we are here to celebrate, is all of the different identity expressions and making sure that everybody has space to do that. And
right. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, that's what we're excited about.
Yeah. And then you have these many events that take place at Queer Immunity throughout the month. You have your crafting, you have your coffee time for the senior communities and that sort of thing. Can you talk a little bit about some of those activities too?
Yeah, twice a month we have coffee and conversation for older adults. We had it on Thursday that we had our largest turnout. I think we had 22,
Well,
which is a good amount of folks in a classroom to having coffee and conversation. So it's growing every week. We're really excited to keep that going. We're also doing Friday Friend Labs. So that's every Friday from 4 to 8. And it's crafting and games and opportunities just to connect with folks, make new friends, and build those relationships in an authentic way outside of like a loud bar setting. Really opportunity to for folks to connect with each other on Fridays. We have a whole host of recurring events like yoga and brochalize, and we have a huge number of events and programs that we do in partnership with other community organizations. So once a month, the Minnesota Transplant Group, so all transplants from out of state who've come here, they meet monthly here. We do a monthly partnership with Aliveness Project for testing, with Red Door Clinic for testing. We have MNsure navigation support. So if you're queer or trans and are looking for some support getting signed up for MNsure, we have a queer MNsure navigator who's here who can help you with your insurance things. So it's a wide range, of wellness programming, cultural programming, arts programming, and all just different ways to get engaged and learn and kind of grow in your connection to the community as well.
yeah, yeah. Well, this is all very, very exciting. And if you're in the Twin Cities, please come on down to community here and join the fun. I'm sure you'll find something that you can participate in and really find your space. I know that for a lot of us neurodivergent people, just the thought of going out into a space can be kind of intimidating at first, but I assure you that this is a space that is designed with you in mind. Um, the folks here have literally thought of just about everything. And if they haven't, by all means, they're open to suggestions,
Yeah, please let us
that
know.
sort of thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And, you know, um, the Autism Society of Minnesota is going to be here doing a workshop today,
Yes.
and today's Autistic Moment, along with many organizations and companies. We're going to be part of Resource Fair this afternoon, and there's just so much going on here, and what an exciting thing this is. The last thing I kind of want to focus on is how you've made this queer community space disability accessible, and the challenges there. I know for myself in a wheelchair, there's the elevator to use. There's, the bathrooms here are definitely accessible, and so much of this is accessible. And what I really love about this space is that you kept the aisles nice and wide so people can get through them who may need a little bit more room. And I got to tell you what you've done with the cafe there with the soundproofing. Yeah. As we prepare to finish out, can you show them some of what you've done with that soundproofing? Can you kind of
Yeah,
share a
yeah.
little bit of that? Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I'm gonna talk about it and then I'll show it just because I don't want
yeah,
to
definitely.
disturb the folks that are sitting over there. But we did, like you said, really, when we moved in or when we were searching for a space, wanted to make sure that the space was as accessible as possible. So we are on the second floor, but folks can use the stairs or the elevator to come right up. Um, so we have a lot of open space and we do try to keep it nice and open for just the feel for accessibility and for also some health and wellness distancing if we need to. But when we moved in, we did notice that there was kind of quite a bit of an echo in here. And you can probably still hear that there's talking going in the background, but it's not so overwhelming. Um,
Right.
for us, that was important for me and for all of our other team members, that we dealt with that like echo sound that was in here because the floor is concrete.
Right.
And so what we did is we did a sound absorption and mitigation system, which includes sound absorption panels and also a sound masking system with speakers throughout the space, which if you don't know that they're there, then you probably wouldn't even know what's going on, which is kind of the way it's designed for, but it puts out white noise that's at a different frequency, and the frequency is adjusted based on the sensors in the space that determine the frequency like that's going on, and provide a counter frequency to keep the noise level kind of maintained. And I'll show you what those look like. So here is the panels up in the ceiling, and they're white, so you can't really even
Yeah.
see them, but you can see that speaker right there, or maybe a couple of the speakers. We have those speakers throughout the space that put off
Yeah.
that frequency.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a protective frequency. So
Definitely. Definitely. Well, Hillary, thank you so much for joining us today and for inviting today's Autistic Moment to be here. And in a little while, we're going to kind of walk through. My husband Jason's here, and he's going to walk us through a little bit. And we're going to kind of talk to some of your folks who are doing activities to see what they love about this space. But Hillary, thank you so much. Thank you so much for queer immunity and what it means for the neurodivergent and the queer communities here. Your ideas are just brilliant, and I'm so grateful that you've been part of that. So thank you.
thank you, Philip, and thanks for having me today. Thanks for being here. We're really
welcome.
grateful that you and Jason are here today, and yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you this afternoon at the resource fair too.
Definitely. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Right. Testing. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Haven't turned on my camera yet.
Here you are.
Okay. Audio coming through okay? Okay. Yep. So I'm just pointing at you, just testing the camera and the video. Everybody hear me okay? Okay, I'm turning my microphone up a little bit. Can you hear me now? I feel like the Verizon guy. Yeah, can you hear me now? Yeah, the microphone's on. Testing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Sorry, folks. We're trying to get devices connected here and then drop things. Okay. All right. And let's check to make sure. Okay. So my microphone should be connected to the earbuds. Are you hearing me through the sound for the meeting? Testing, testing, testing. Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing should be coming through the earbuds. Are you hearing me? Testing, A, B, C, D, F, G. Testing, okay.
Test again.
Okay, testing, can you hear me?
Yes, I think I can.
Okay. So, we'll see what we can see.
Okay. Sorry about the interruption, folks. We're just testing a little bit of our sound equipment here. So Jason's now out on the floor.
Mhm.
And he's going towards the arts and crafts workshop here. And so as you see, some people are getting out some crafts and things to do.
I'm
And
just doing some roving interviews for my husband's podcast, and I was just wondering if I could interview you for a few seconds.
For what was the?
For today's autistic moment. It's a podcast about autistic adults for autistic adults.
I- I'm a little nervous.
Okay.
But thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Would you like to talk?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So, we're telling everybody about queer community and what we, what it's about and what do you like about queer community?
It's my first time being here. I think it's really, just,
Okay. Yeah. And so you like it because it's accessible.
Yeah.
And this is your first time?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you think it'd be something you'd come back to?
Definitely.
Okay. All right. What's your first name?
Obscurity.
Obscurity.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Thank-
Hi, folks. Can I interrupt you for a minute? I'm just doing some interviews for my husband's podcast, Today's Autistic Moment. It's for autistic adults by an autistic adult. And I was just wondering if I could interview either of you for just a quick little man on the street type thing. Okay. All right. First, what's your name? Harper. Harper. Okay. Nice to meet you, Harper. And so what do you like about queer community? Okay. It's a good art space. Yeah. Is this your first time visiting? Second or third? Okay. And this is definitely something you'd come back to. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Mhm. Okay. Were you able to hear that?
yes, we're fine.
Okay. All right. Let me see. Okay. So I don't accidentally film somebody. Mhm. Can I interrupt you folks for a minute? Yep. Hi. My name's Jason. I'm doing some man on the street style interviews for my husband's podcast, Today's Autistic Moment. It's a podcast for autistic adults by an autistic adult. I was just wondering if I could just ask you a couple questions, if you mind being on camera.
I'm going to be leaving right now,
Okay.
and it is not because of this, but
No.
Jim is waiting.
Okay. All right.
But so you and me get full of the.
All right. Well, thank you. Will your review be comfortable being interviewed? Okay. Okay. Would you like to? Would you like to maybe mind if I interview you? Ask a couple questions about community and stuff?
Sure.
Okay. You mind being on camera? Okay.
And one thing I'm just going to let you know, because Rick is hard of hearing.
Okay.
So it will help to, do you want to sit there?
Yeah. Okay.
That might work.
Forgive me, my sign isn't very good, but I will. Okay. All right, Rich. Well, so what do you like about community?
Our community.
The community? Okay. Is there any specific aspect, something that really drew you in when you first heard about it?
I was first here by Fraser.
Okay.
And I started hanging out here a little bit, not knowing really what was going on until I discovered supposed to do coffee put on by friends.
Okay.
And there I met Rosemary and Jethro.
Okay.
Rosemary's ended up being my BFF. So
Oh, wonderful.
she helped me find housing. I went through a particularly bad thing
Yeah.
a few months ago.
Okay.
And she helped me find housing, make me part of the wellness and burlesque group.
Oh, wonderful.
And and I've become active in let's do coffees here and
Okay.
let's do lunches that are held in other places my friends and go. And because I'm tied to the bus system, I always get to places early.
Oh, yeah.
So I end up setting up stuff because I can't AUDHD.
Oh, yeah.
And so I can't just sit there.
Nope. I'm
And so this
ADHD
month
myself.
I'm volunteer of the month for Friends and Co.
Hey, wonderful.
And start serving on the advisory committee next month. So
Oh, congratulations.
this place has made all the difference to me.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I'm glad you're in a much better place now.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I owe that to this place.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for taking time to talk with us. And I hope you have a good rest of your day.
You too.
I will.
Okay. Hi, folks. I'm just doing some man on the street style interviews for my husband's podcast, Today's Autistic Moment. It's a podcast for autistic adults by an autistic adult. And I was just wondering if any of you would be comfortable talking on camera or being interviewed just about what you like about community and everything. Okay. All right.
I mean, I kind of just got here, so I don't really know, but.
Okay. Fair enough.
Say something brief. I do have a thing that I wanted to indicate, but like, if it's back.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So I'll just start here and go around. Okay. First, let me.
Hi,
Hi. Can I get your name, please?
I'm Marlo. I use they, them pronouns.
Nice to meet you, Marla. So what do you like about being here at Community?
It is very good. I feel like a safe space to meet new people.
Okay.
As an autistic person, I find it difficult to make new friends, and as a trans person, I find it difficult to make new friends because I'm afraid that in mixed spaces where there are lots of people, there's going to be someone transphobic, and that really drains my desire to be around people.
Right.
So, community is a great place to meet fellow queer people and allies, and it's also just like a fun space. There's lots of cool events, and yeah, I like it.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you. Do you mind? Okay.
My name's Lee Augustine. I run Mystic Helix Stones. I'm doing a class on crystals for anxiety.
Okay.
I love community because it kind of serves as a hub for knowledge and socialization. It's just a safe place to be without judge. I'm not autistic, or I have not been diagnosed as autistic.
Okay.
But I understand what it feels like to be receiving messages that nobody else is receiving, be responding in a way that feels very, very normal for you, and receiving a response that just seems outrageous.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. Hi.
Am I next?
You can go next.
No, I have the preference. I
Okay.
didn't know which order you were going to go.
Yeah. So first, can you introduce yourself?
You are talking to me.
Yes, I'm talking to you.
Jessica, she, her.
Okay, Jessica. And I notice you have some vision issues, so I will try to make sure that I am speaking with that I make it clear I'm talking to you. So, what do you like about community?
I have only this is my second time going to community. Last time was actually for their first Quiet Ride event. And every time I'm here, I'm just struck by the different ways that they try to accommodate people. Whenever I look at their event schedule, I see bar events, I see sober events, I see quiet coffee hours, and puzzles, and I see parties, and I see crystals, and I see people talking about autism and resources for different kinds of groups of people. And so I just really admire the way that they are activating community across several different capacities and making spaces, at least one space every so often where all sorts of different people feel welcome. I really think it's a creative, thoughtful thing.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. And for you.
Hi, I'm Julia. This is my first time being here. My therapist recommended to so the therapist approved.
Oh, wonderful. What are your pronouns?
Oh, she, her.
She, her? Okay.
There's yeah, it's really chill. There's books.
Yeah.
That's always good.
Yep. There's books. There's a snack bar. Lots of couches and spaces to hang out and chat. Well, wonderful. Thank you for your time. Yep. Hi. You feel? Would you like to? Okay. All right. Let's see here. Just trying to make sure I'm not filming somebody that doesn't want to be filmed. Okay. Hi. Do you mind if I interview you?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm doing man on the street style interviews for my husband's podcast, Today's Autistic Moment. It's a podcast for autistic adults by an autistic adult. And we're just here at Community and trying to see what people like about it, what you think, is this your first experience with it, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I've been visiting community for over a year now. I love this space. I love how inclusive it is. Everyone always feels welcome. I always feel welcome here. It's a great place.
Okay, wonderful. And can I get your name, please?
Ray,
You're Ray. What pronouns do you use?
she, they.
She, they. Okay, well, thank you, Ray.
Thank you.
Let's see, and let's see. Is anybody in here? Oh, they're doing a class, so I won't disturb them. Okay. All right. The massage table area. Hi. Oh, didn't want to disturb. Okay, thank you. Awesome. Yeah, I just didn't want to disturb anybody. So.
Yeah, they're gonna do a quick little, few minutes, before they get to Canada.
Okay,
Sure. Check in with you.
okay.
Is it okay to be on camera? I know Taco's okay with that. Like if you wanted to
Okay.
kind of stand what's happening here.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. Just my name's Jason. I'm doing some interviews for my husband's podcast.
Yeah, and I'll help out with talking and they'll just do
Okay.
their thing.
All right. Wonderful. Okay. And so one of the things you offer here is massage, or
Well,
at least during community.
some of us here do massage
Okay.
at our other space.
Okay.
But today we're doing modalities that are done fully closed.
Okay.
So we have all four of us have been offering work this morning through Daisy.
Okay.
Psychotherapy and somatic experiencing, which includes a touch component.
Okay.
Depending on the practice, comfort level with the touch component.
Right.
And so in earlier sessions today, I was able to incorporate a little bit of psychotherapy, a little bit of somatic experiencing touch work for additional nervous system support, which has, you may have gathered, is very useful in Minneapolis this year.
Yeah. Yeah. And could you go a little bit deeper into what some of those techniques are? I'm kind of a new.
Okay, absolutely. So somatic experiencing is the most complicated
Okay.
that I do. So maybe we save that for last.
Fair enough.
But what most of us do is a very, very, very simple modality that's known as Reiki.
Okay.
That's kind of the most common understanding of that modality
Okay.
today. But the reason it's so simple, it's easy to learn and it's easy to teach.
Okay.
So I teach Reiki classes.
Okay.
And a couple of the folks here often they took the Reiki classes from me of lockdown at a deeper level.
Okay.
The reason it's so easy is because it's so close to what we already do naturally as human beings.
Okay.
In that our bodies actually do emit an electric charge.
Okay.
And we're really just sort of honing our ability to do that.
Okay.
And in, my glasses are fogging up something, it's stuff that's a little bit farther away and take time.
Okay. No problem.
So some of the folks who come and take in my Reiki classes had actually discovered Reiki for themselves.
Okay.
Long before. So, for example, Guadalupe Gonzalez, who has supported the diaspora in Spanish-speaking churches and other locations like that, she discovered Reiki for herself when she was a little girl in Mexico.
Oh, wow.
At 11 years old, she discovered, I could heal myself. Look, there's this energy in my hand.
Okay.
And several of the folks who come to take Reiki classes from me, it's because they discovered it for themselves first.
Okay.
And then they said, and like 20 years later, I saw something on TV and I learned, they call that Reiki.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of other traditions. Like I had a coworker who was a Romo from Ethiopia. And one time I offered her Reiki because she got hit in the head with a soccer ball.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know, this might sound a little weird to you, but what would you do? And she was like, yeah, we do that. We pray the Quran.
Okay.
And we put our hands on the person's head.
Okay.
And pray the Quran. It's like the same thing. And then I was, actually, I grew up Catholic.
Okay.
And in the Bible, they have this concept of laying on of hands.
Yeah.
And so it's actually thousands of years old.
Okay.
Through all sorts of different traditions.
Right.
But in the early 1900s, just roughly about 100 years ago, someone in Japan discovered the same thing for himself, and then developed this very elegant, easy way of teaching it to other people.
Okay.
And so that's what people call Reiki.
Okay.
Is that sort of series of teaching.
That formalized.
That formalized teaching. And that came out of Buddhism.
Okay.
Like that's sort of my long explanation of the simplest thing.
Okay. Well, wonderful. Thanks for taking time to talk to us today. And I hope you have a good rest of your quiet ride.
Okay, Jason. Jillian is here. She's going to join us to talk a little bit about Quiet Riot and also being here at Quiet Riot from the Autism Society of Minnesota. Welcome, Jillian.
Hey, Philip, it's a pleasure to be back with you again. I'm
Yeah.
actually out here in Quiet Riot myself, doing a little bit of crafting and enjoying the space before it's time to sit down and talk to people about the Autism Society for the rest of the day. So,
Yeah. So what sorts of crafting are you doing?
I am currently doing nothing because that is not an effective piece of paper, but can I borrow this? But they're making these lovely window sun catchers. So
Oh,
my friend made this one. It's quite delightful. And there's nothing that brings more joy than creating and peace than creating. So it seems like a great way to celebrate Pride.
yeah, it does. It does. It does. Austin has been getting really involved with queer community this year. I'm sure that you, like me, you're just finding it incredible that they've made this space for us.
I love that it's not just space that's made for us, but it's space made by us. That it's really
Right.
being created by the queer community for the queer community. And I think in a time in our society where there's so much chaos and so much upheaval, that this is exactly what we need is a space to come together as community and find healing and find togetherness and all of those sorts of things in a place together that's created by us for us. Very similar to what the Autism Society does with the Autistic Community Summit. There's something beautiful about spaces created by community for community.
Yeah, and it's also created by a neurodivergent community for a neurodivergent community. So a neurodivergent queer space made by neurodivergent queer people. That is just so awesome.
I think at this point in time, it's impossible to separate neurodiversity and queerness or separate queerness from neurodiversity, that just the state of existing as disabled is inherently political and the state of existing as queer is inherently political. So they go hand in hand together.
Yeah, definitely. So tell us a little bit about what we're going to see from Awesome today at Queer Community.
Well, we're going to be doing our normal here to help people find resources and connect them with the autistic community and all of the wonderful things that we offer the community. And we're also going to be doing a beautiful community art project that we're going to have on display at Twin Cities Pride, and just sharing information with people about what we're doing at other Pride events throughout the summer. So
yeah. What other Pride events are you doing throughout the summer?
Well, we'll be at Twin Cities Pride, of course, with our normal escape space, the sensory space in the center of the park, and supporting the sensory space at the parade. We're also going to be out at Carver County Pride this year, doing some sensory support there. And we're also going to be up in at Range Iron Pride up in northern Minnesota later this summer. We've had a wonderful opportunity to really expand the work we're doing with the queer community and the Pride organizations, thanks to a wonderful grant from the P Fund Foundation. And we're really excited about getting to connect with more of the queer community throughout the entire state.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, you've been very active also at the Minnesota Capitol this past year, and you saw some exciting things happen in our legislature, despite a really rough year.
Yeah, it was a tough year, but we did definitely have some wins for our community. We once again managed to hold back some unfortunate cuts to Health and Human Services, but we did also manage to pass the Minnesota Disability Rights Act, which is codifying a lot of the protections in the federal 504 Act to make sure that if those protections are weakened through legislation or courts in the greater country, that we still have those protections for people here in Minnesota. So as of someday in May. I can't remember the exact date at this moment, but as of May, Minnesota has all of the rights codified into our Minnesota Human Rights Act. So no matter what happens in the country, Minnesotans with disabilities will maintain the same rights they had before.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. Yeah, well, Jillian, thanks for stopping by today. And
It's a pleasure, and I'm sure I'll see you around Quiet Riot, and I hope that we get to see some of your viewers that they stop by and say hi as well.
absolutely, absolutely. Thanks, Jillian. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye, Philip.
Well, everybody, that's pretty much what we have. We know that some of the sound may or may not be exactly what you're used to, but we are in a new space, a different space. So we hope that you will excuse us for some of that. But really, this has been an exciting opportunity for today's Autistic Moment to be here. And this video, of course, will be available throughout the day, and you can look forward to it on the social media platforms. So I think for today, we're going to sign off and say happy Pride from today's Autistic Moment and Community and Quiet Riot. And may all of you have an autistically amazing day.